So I am on my way home for my lunch break. That's the cool thing about living like 7 minutes away. You can leave work and actually go home for lunch. But I was just thinking about a post that I posted earlier. It was a snippet from Travis Green's new album. It was a feature of Stephanie Gretzinger, who is, by the way, one of the most amazing worship leaders out there, someone who literally worships in spirit and truth. But there was this specific, it wasn't a song, but it was one of the tracks, and it was entitled Stephanie's Prayer. And it was so good and just so sweet because it literally just like touched my heart in such a way and reminded me of the purity of true worship, and what that looks like. And she had this one specific thing that she actually expounded on, or there was this one phrase that she mentioned, and basically she was saying that the power doesn't come in your push, but is in your position. And what she's speaking of is the heart posture, right? Sometimes we say that we're worshiping Jesus in spirit and truth, and we're totally yielding ourselves to his will. But when we find ourselves carrying weights or either pushing more than what we necessarily have to, we can sometimes realize or sometimes come to the understanding that in that moment we are not totally surrendered to his will. Not to say that living this life as a believer or as a worshiper or someone who seeks God, saying that your life is going to be perfect and easy, but it is different. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's different. It makes even the heaviest things that you deal with easy to deal with, simply because it's not you that's carrying the weight. But that can only be so if you are actually in a posture of where you have completely yielded your life and your heart to Christ, and a lot of people don't know how to do that because that's not like really taught a whole lot. There's a theology. I wouldn't say a theology, but there is people just kind of look at life in this manner. It's like always a grinding mentality. Like the children playing in the street. Baby, get out the street. But we live in a society, or in our society today, there's this grind mentality, like always work hard, like lose sleep, and if you're not grinding, then you're not chasing your dream. I don't know, but either way, sometimes God just wants us to surrender. Not saying that God doesn't want us to be excellent in everything that we do, and to put forth great effort, but what he is wanting us to do is to surrender our will and our agendas to him. And that way he can help us actually do this thing, and so worship comes in many forms. It's not just in music. Worship is not just in the song. Worship is in the posture. It is in the posture of your heart. It is in the posture of your decision. It is the posture of your thought process. And I don't think that a lot of people understand that you can worship God or worship Jesus in your heart, your thoughts, and your actions and your deeds, in your conversation. If you're doing it to where it pleases God, then that is an act of worship. So I don't know, that thought just came to me. There's so many ways that I can kind of dive into that. It's just really, it's just so good. It was so sweet, and it was just like, this is what true worship is. And so I encourage you, if you really love Jesus and you really want to see the power of God effectively in your life, or effectively at work in your life, it's going to take a surrendering. It's going to take a yielding of yourself, and saying, God, I trust you with all of me. I trust you with all of my being. And I promise you, you will begin to see God. I am experiencing that firsthand, that when I made a decision to completely yield my life to God, and yield my agendas, and also yield my dreams and my passions to him. Literally, he's like this thing is like flipping on top of his head in a great way. Because I desire to worship God with my life, with my whole heart, with my whole being. In every conversation that I have, in every interaction that I have, I want to leave that atmosphere, that conversation, that person, with a curiosity of what it is that makes me view things the way that I view, or respond in the way that I respond. And I want you to know it's Jesus, literally. I want to leave a piece of Jesus wherever I go. That's good, right? Yeah, that's it. I want to be able to leave a piece of Jesus wherever I go. I want that seed. I want that seed to be planted. Man, God is good. He's great, and he's greatly to be praised. I'm so grateful for the sacrifice. I'm so grateful for just God being so good. I really am. Yeah, so I don't know. That was just my thoughts. I'm kind of just rambling, but that's just where my head is right now, and my heart. I just feel good because God is good. But either way, I pray that this blesses someone. I pray that this encourages someone to really seek God, and to really ask him, show him how to surrender your life to him. Show him what it is that you need to surrender. Ask him to show you what is it that you're holding back, and then allow him to lead and guide you. Telling you, life is so much better when you do it with God. So much better when you do it with Jesus. So much better. Either way, be blessed. I pray that the rest of your day is an awesome one. And as I always say, Jesus is the way. He is the truth. He is life. And he loves you. Be blessed, people.